Okay.
Assalamualaikum, good morning and welcome everyone. If you are all here, let's get started. We are here today to discuss about action and feedback from your position, how to make the workplace safe from COVID-19 and the rotation systems that have been discussed last week. Shall we begin? Before that, let's go over the minutes from the last meeting which was held on 5th May. Okay, right? Najwa, over to you.
Thank you, Wawa. As we have discussed in last meeting, let me just state the main point. I have suggested about the necessary equipment such as face mask, hand sanitizer, and temperature scanner is that we need. A temperature scanner is placed at the main door when viewed with the COVID is getting higher day by day. I think we should double the purchase of sanitizer with face mask for fear of running out of stock later. For the table purchase is also enough for all staff. The table arrangement was also rearranged so that social distance could be maintained. Seen in terms of the arrangement of the table, all staffs respond that they work comfortably.
Okay, good Najwa. That's right. Right now, the case is getting higher and the government is recommending us to wear a double face mask when meeting a lot of people. So I agree with Najwa's opinion to add more purchases of face mask and sanitizer. Suriyati, you need to take care in this matter, especially in issuing the company's budget. Okay, Suriyati, what about the company's finances? Is it still stable or on the verge of a recession?
Okay, Ms. Wawa, so far, our finance are still in a stable state, even though we have been in a PKP situations for almost a few months. And I also agree with the opinion of Najwa and Ms. Wawa to add more purchases of face masks and sanitizers for stocking in the future. Therefore, looking at the supply needs that are still insufficient, I will approve the budget for Najwa to buy all the necessities needed for our company.
That's right, Suriyati. I agree. So let's move on to Farihin. Farihin, what about the workers? Do they practice a safe work environment?
For now, I can say that everything went well smoothly as we had planned last week. All the employees were there to establish the guidelines. So I can say that they are all wearing face masks all the time during their duty and only take them off if necessary. They also practicing use hand sanitizer and wash their hands regularly. But I noticed one thing that they are taking less care about physical contact. I think that it is probably because the space is quite small and there is a lot of stuff in that sections. And maybe I think that we can reduce the amount of stuff in that section. Yeah.
That's good suggestion. I have also seen employee do not practice physical contact while on duty. I hope after this they will get used to it. Okay. By the way, I had some of our employee positive for COVID-19. Is it true?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, last week, one of our employees tested positive for COVID-19 after treating a patient. And after screening for close contact, 7 people were found to be positive. And currently, they are in the process of quarantine right now. And the section was also sanitized within 24 hours and the process went smoothly. But there is one problem where the quarantine room is not much, and I am worried if for the future many more staff have to be quarantined after this. So I would like to suggest to make block A at the ground floor as a temporary quarantine room. Before that, Miss Nija, do the interns want to use the block?
For now, that all the intern students do not use the room because they have moved to another block, which is block F.
Alright, good. So I expect the block to be equipped with the bed and pillows as well. So Najwa, can you handle this part?
All right, Miss Farihin. But for this time, how much quantities that we need?
I think 30 is enough since block A is quite wide and we don't want to waste the budget, but more to be prepared for all possibilities.
Okay, not. I will update it later from time to time.
Alright, thank you, Najwa. I think that's all for the progress for last week, and we are hoping this will always getting better.
Okay, thank you. It sounds good so far. You came up with the problem and solution too. Okay, recently the government has proposed to create new alternative for intern students. This because the cases in Malaysia are too high to reach 10,000. So the government does not want intern students to be crowded with permanent employees in the workplace. So there any suggestion to create a new initiative for intern students later?
For my opinion, I think that the admission date for intern students should be postponed. This is because that there are several factors that can be taken into account. So as Farihin already said before that there is one employee who was test positive of COVID-19. So to prevent the increase of positive 19 amongst employee, staff, and all intern students, that the recruitment of intern students should be stopped temporarily and will be continued till the date will be informed or alert.
Okay, when is the date an intern student is supposed to enter?
I think it was on early June.
If so, I agree with Nija's suggestion. Anyone to give a suggestion as well? If there's nothing to add something, we can just continue to Suriyati.
Sorry, I want to give my opinion. So my opinion, I think it's not necessary to stop or postpone the requirement.
Sorry, I don't get your point clear. Can you explain it more?
Okay, my suggestion, we shouldn't stop the requirements to intern students, but we can allow students to intern in our company by using another style work, which is work from home. I think it's logic. If we can having an interview intern student in online like we discussed last meeting, and it also can recruit intern student with online.
Oh, I got your point. I think that is a nice idea. Thank you, Najwa.
Right, it's a great point.
I agree with Najwa.
So let's move on to Suriyati. Okay, Suriyati, intern students here should get an allowance, right? So how much allowance should be given?
Okay, Miss Wawa, I have go over the budget we have so far, and I see the financial allocations reserved for intern students this year is only 15,000 ringgit. So I estimate the allowance for an intern student is 900 ringgit per student, and this allowance includes medical, transportations, and hospitality allowance.
I think we need to reduce their allowance a bit because they will come to work on a rotation basis and not every day. So there's a how to you need to manage the finances for the
Well, Miss Wawa, I quite agree with Miss Wawa opinions to reduce the allowance or rate for the intern students. I will try to reduce or cut their allowance. Maybe I will reduce 200 ringgit for each students, and the rate of allowance they earn also depend on the day they come to work in the office.
Yes, I strongly agree to reduce the rate of intern, intern students allowance.
Okay, great. Anyone to add something before we end our meeting for today?
No, Miss Wawa.
Okay, Najwa, I think you should prepare with PPT for explaining what we should discuss for today since you are handling this project. So next time, please do so, okay?
Oh, so sorry for my carelessly. I have prepared my slide to show you guys about this. Let me share screen, okay?
But sorry, Najwa, we are running out of time. After this, I have a meeting with the CEO. Could you send the slide through my email?
Sure, Wawa. I send it as soon as possible.
All right, thank you, Najwa. But before that, what about work from home? Is everything okay as we planned?
So far, everything looks okay and shows improvement compared to before. I think it is probably due to a new norm that requires them to move and work on their own and no friends on the site, and everything needs to be settled online, not manual as usual. So it's a bit chaotic and a little difficult to manage it alone. Plus, for those who are senior and unskilled about gadgets, it makes even more difficult. But I am sure everything will get better after this. We will make sure everything goes well. Even now, the case is on the rise, so we have to be prepared mentally and physically. What about intern? Are they already getting used to the new norms?
I think that is a good so far because I can see they can cope with problem that's happened virtually. Well said. As I know nowadays, people nowadays is uh proof in their technology and well said they are a generation of technologies during this day and I think that they can adapt to use it as a virtual online class. Sorry, I mean work from home. And after that, they can, to be honest, I think they can be adapt with the current situation just now. It's a norm style, and they can set up the space for learning on their own. And yeah, everything went well, but sometimes there are internet problem. But I'm sure that it's just a small matter, and I think all the problems have a way to solve the problem, and I'm sure it can be overcome.
Actually, I heard everyone's complaining about internet disruption during work from home. So I'm trying to find a new initiative to help, maybe in terms of upgrading internet plans. But for now, I just need personal information for those who are facing internet problem or maybe another problems. I want to know their problems specifically. So can you guys help me?
Sure. I will provide a platform for them to fill in their information and problems they face throughout work from home. So later I will give it to Niezaeshra.
All right, Farihin.
Sure.
All right. All right, thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you. So I will discuss with Suriyati regarding the budget after I can identify the problem and how to solve it.
Yes, sure, Najwa. We can talk about it later so I can easily drop the budget. But somehow, I hope it doesn't exceed what we target before. I am worried if everything that we have planned will not be realized because the budget is insufficient. But if there is an allocation from the governments or NGOs, I will let you know.
Okay, Suriyati, I refer to you first.
Okay, all right, guys. I can say that work from home is very challenging and requires a big budget. But it's okay. We can handle it together. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
Yes,
sure.
sure.
Um. All right. Next month we will have an audit for company. So, Suryati, please be prepared with our finances for company. Okay.
Oh, okay, Miss Wawana.
Okay. I think that's all for today. But who can recall back our point of today's meeting?
Okay, let me summarize our main point for today meeting. So we start with our meeting by discussing last week's discussion. I, sorry. Let me summarize our main point of meeting for today. I think we start a discussion about last meeting discussion, and the discussion is about week's progress plan about new work environment with new norms. And after that is we'll talk about the problem we face and give suggestion or any opinions to regarding to the physical tech problem and new quarantine room at block A. And that's all we just discussed from our meeting today.
Okay, good. So anything else?
Since that we are done, right? So can we come up with what time and when we will have next meeting?
What about 7th of July? Because I'm free on the time.
Let me check my schedule first. So far I'm free with that date. So what about the others? And what about the time?
What about that at 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
sure.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so everyone, we will have a next meeting on 7th July at 10 a.m. and using platform Zoom meeting. And last, I want to remind everyone, if you are having a problems, just let me know. Okay, so if you want if you need any help, just let me know. Okay, I will help you guys. Okay.
Okay, Miss
Okay,
Wawa.
Okay, so let's end our meeting here. Thank you for everyone for attending this meeting. See you again. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you, Miss Wawa. Thank you, everyone.